a scientist, the layman can understand this. All right? Let's go to number 4, brother.
Right before we get to number 4, you were just speaking about how, everyone should be able to understand this. This concept of Trinity cannot be explained to a child. Let's take a 6, 7-year-old child and explain to him the Trinity. He would never grasp that concept. And God's way of life is something that is for everyone. It should be able to be explained to someone who is illiterate. It should be able to explain to someone who has a PhD in rocket science. It should be able to explain to a child. It should be able to explain to a deaf person. But you cannot explain this concept of Trinity. There was a British man, and it was one of the most interesting parables that I had ever read and come across. There was a British professor named Richard Parsons, and he was debating this concept of Trinity with a friend of him who was a Trinitarian. And they were debating this issue, and a carriage came along, and it had 3 people in it. And the friend, the Trinitarian, said, look, there's a good example of the Trinity. 1 carriage, 3 people in it. He said, no, you want to show me the Trinity? Show me 1 person and 3 carriages.
1 person and 3 carriages.
He said, then I'll believe your Trinity. Show me 1 person that's in, same person in 3 different carriages. Then you will have explained to me the Trinity. That means nothing to me. So I thought that was very interesting, because it's a concept that you can't explain. It's unexplainable. 1 + 1 + 1 = 1. Or 1 × 1 × 1 = 1. All these things, the egg with the yolk and the coat and the shirt, these are things that is not understandable by anybody unless you have some rocket science PhD, and then they would even be confused. So and even in the Bible, God says he is not the author of confusion. So if that is confusing him, someone else must have authored this whole idea.
But when you tell that same child that there is a creator who created you, worship him alone. He's only one.
He's the only one that you should worship.
One.
They can understand that.
They can understand that. That child right there.
A child can barely understand that.
One God.
One God.
It's not like a pie, you split them up.
No, it's not like a pie.
Okay, we're coming down
to number 4.
To number 4. Top 10 reasons why Jesus can't be God on the Dean Show. Talk to us, brother.
Number 4 is that Jesus explicitly states that he is not God. Now, we think that Jesus implicitly states that he is God. There are some ambiguous verses, but what about where he explicitly states that he is not God? For instance, in John 17:3, he said, and this is life eternal. This is the way to eternal life, that they may know you, the one true God, and Jesus Christ whom you have sent as a messenger. He said, this is, in a nutshell, what I have come to teach, that they may know you, the only true God, and Jesus Christ whom you have sent. And anyone who is a Muslim, that statement makes very, very, very good sense, because it's even a part of our faith where you would say, La ilaha illallah Muhammad Rasulullah wa Isa Rasulullah, which means that there is no God but one God. Muhammad is his messenger and Jesus is his messenger, which means they are ones who were sent. And that's the tenet of our faith, to believe in the one true God and Jesus Christ who was sent. Very simple, very explicit. And then also he told, after he was in the Bible, when he ascended to God, he told them, he said, Jesus saith unto her, he's speaking to Mary Magdalene, I ascend unto my Father and your Father, my God and your God. He very clearly equated her God and his God as being the one and same God. He didn't say, I'm going to ascend to myself and to your God and to me. This doesn't make any sense. Even if somebody would have said that, you'd have, this man is a fool and a half. If he's saying, I'm going to ascend into myself. Your God is me, and I'm going to myself, and all of these things are not, but he very, very clearly stated, the one true God, and I am ascending to my God and your God. Point blank clear. Those things can't get any more simple.
So that was number 4. We need you to put your emotions to the side. Like we said, we're not trying to upset anybody. We're trying to relay the truth. And you got to be honest with yourself. This is something that just makes sense. It goes with your innate nature. Watch out for the person that tries to put the wool over your eyes and tries to tell you otherwise. All right? Trying to explain something that you see very clearly is not what it is. You know God is one. It's something that's embedded inside of you already. And we're going to continue on proving this. And remember, Jesus is beloved to our hearts. That's why we're clearing his name here. He was a mighty messenger. Brother, we are coming down to the top 3 now. We came from 10. We're down to 3. This is almost over. Be sincere with yourself. Listen to the rest. Let's go. Number 3, brother.
Number 3 is that even when you get to the title Son of God, even when you get the title Only Begotten Son of God, this is not an exclusive title to Jesus Christ, which many people think. There are many, 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 many instances where the word Son of God is used. And if anyone would study Jewish culture, especially ancient Jewish culture or Orthodox Jewish culture, to be called a son of God is a title of esteem and a title of prestige and honor, even being called Lord. Someone would come to their rabbi and they would refer to him as my Lord. This is something that is known by Eastern Europeans also. They refer to people as Lord. So this title is not exclusive. And Jacob and Solomon in Exodus are called sons of God. Ephraim and Jeremiah, Adam is called son of God in the New Testament. Common people are called sons of God in the New and Old Testament. So these are not something that is an exclusive title as son of God. And I had a discussion with a pastor about this. He said, yes, but Jesus was the only begotten son of God. And I said, okay, what gives him that exclusive title? What is the characteristic that gives him that exclusive title? He says the New Testament says that, yes, but there must be a reason why he has this exclusive title. He says because he was born miraculously without a father, and in Jewish culture, your lineage was from your father's side. You know, you would be the son of your father, of his father. That's how your lineage was traced, not through the mother. So therefore, since his lineage stopped in Mary, he had no father, therefore God must be his father. I said, okay, that makes sense. That would make sense to an average human being. I said, but if that is the characteristic for his exclusive sonship, that he has no father, I said, what about Adam and Eve? They had no father nor mother. They were fashioned, as God says, by his own hands out of dirt. And he just made them out of nothing. Nothing existed other than creation. And he made Adam, and then from her made Eve. I mean, from him he took the rib out and made Eve. So if anyone has the exclusive title to be the only begotten son of God, it should have been Adam. Because not only was he not have a father or mother, he was the first creation. Therefore, why does he not have that title? Why are we not worshiping him as the exclusive son of God? And he had no answer to that. And it was not to bash him. It was just to say that this is not an exclusive to say, oh, because he has no father, he is God's exclusive son. This was the extreme miracle that was exclusive. One of the exclusive things for the children of Israel to Jesus, about Jesus Christ, was that he had no father. He had no father at all. He came directly from a virgin who had never touched another human being, and that was his miracle. That was, if you read the Quran, it explains it very clearly. When Mary brought the child, they accused her of adultery. But the miracle was that God made Jesus speak in the womb. He made him speak as a baby and said that I am the messenger of God. Are you surprised that God can do this? God can do anything. That's why Jesus was giving more miracles than almost any other prophet. He was giving physical miracles to soften the deadened heart of the children of Israel at that time. That's why he was given such great miracles to heal the blind, to heal the sick, to bring people back to life from the dead, being born of a virgin. All of this was because this was one of God's last message. He was the next to last messenger to be sent to the children of Israel, and they rejected him. That's when God decided to send Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, as a mercy to all the worlds. Because we even know that Jesus was not sent to all the world. He was sent to the Jews. Even in his own statements, he said, I am not sent but to the lost sheep of the house of Israel. He's not a prophet for everyone. He was a prophet that was exclusively for their people, as was every prophet before him. Every nation was sent a messenger. Children of Israel sent more than anyone. But finally, God decided to send one for the blanket of humanity, and that was Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, who even said that Jesus Christ spoke of him.
And that doesn't take anything away from Jesus?
Just take nothing away from Jesus. Jesus is actually one of the patriarch messengers of Islam. There are 5. And he is actually one of the most patriarch messengers of Islam. And even Muhammad said that when it comes to someone who is like me, he is someone who is just like me, and not only in his message, but in the time of span that we were away from each other is Jesus. He's the closest prophet to me in message and in time of frame, because it was only about 600 years.
Is there a chapter in the Quran we know of that is called after Jesus, peace be upon his mother?
Yes, there's chapter 19 in the Quran is titled Surah Maryam, which means the chapter of Mary. It is an exclusive chapter that is named after the mother of Jesus Christ, Mary, and that is also another tenet of Islam, that you must believe that Mary was the greatest woman and the most pious woman ever. That is when it comes to women, Mary is on top of the list as being the one who we believe is the most pious woman ever on the face of the planet. And that is a tenet of our faith, to believe in Mary, that she was pious and that she was a virgin when she had Jesus Christ. And this if anyone wants to read the true, what they call the nativity story, the story of Jesus' birth, go read chapter 19 of the Quran. It will make you cry. It will make you cry, because it made me cry the first time I read it, because it's nothing like the Bible. It is in a more beautiful tone of language and a more soft-spoken and a